Hi there, Lindsay Firestone here. I'm here to share a Mediterranean, my take on a Mediterranean meatball with rice dinner, and I'm going to do a tomato salad. I've made this is my third time making it, and I just was inspired one night. I had ground beef and I had some feta cheese in the fridge, and I have lots of parsley in my garden. As you can see, this is just like a little bit, literally, of parsley I have. My husband grows so much parsley right now, and it's amazing stuff. Make sure you cut it. If you're growing it from your garden, you want to have those nice stems there because it adds lots of flavor, and we're going to chop it really fine. I also have some fresh mint here, so I'm going to chop that up. We're lucky, we're blessed. We've got a beautiful garden of food. I got some lemons I just pulled from the garden because I'm going to zest these lemons. I've got some cheese from Greece. I've got dried oregano. I've got some coriander seeds, which I'm going to crush with my mortar and pestle. I've got cumin seeds, which I'm also going to crush. And I've got salt and pepper. I've got 3 pounds of a local ground-fed, grass-fed beef that I have, and I'm just gonna get started. So the first thing I do, I've already got my meat in the thing. I've got, throw my glasses on to chop better so I don't chop my finger off. I'm just gonna chop this parsley. There's so much here, so I wanna get it as fine as I can. All right, so we've got our chopped parsley. We have our lemon ground. I'm just gonna adjust the camera. And I'm gonna start putting it with the beef. So I'm gonna pick up that lemon. Here we go, in. I'm gonna get that parsley and the mint chopped, put that in. Now, of course, you don't have to chop by hand. If you have a food processor, process away. Certainly this amount of parsley, I'm not gonna lie, my arm was a bit tired. Right, so we got that all on top. All you can see is green. It's gonna mix in. It's gonna be good. Okay, I love salt. Here we are. This little salt dish was my great-grandmother's from Italy. It was supposed to be for Parmesan, but I used salt. Here we go. Just gonna go right in there with a good portion of salt. That's like at least a tablespoon. Then I'm gonna add a bunch of pepper, freshly ground pepper, of course, as much as you want. Sometimes more is better, sometimes it's not. Here we go. Of course, I could just keep going. I'm not gonna. Okay, oregano. I'm gonna do 2 to 3 good pinches of dried oregano. I love dried oregano. I absolutely love it. We're gonna go in with some spices. So cumin seed. Now you can obviously have ground cumin seed that you buy. Fresh is always better because it's not rancid, okay? When you grind your own spices, just like if you like for flax seeds, for example, when you grind them yourself, they're at its maximum taste, maximum freshness. They haven't oxidized. It's more work. You can, again, you know those little grinders, like a mini coffee grinder, you can grind your spices, save your arm, or if you like to do it this way, you can do it this way too. Here we go, and I'm gonna also, as soon as I'm finished grinding this, I'm gonna grind some of this, my coriander seeds, and again, you can use powder. Here we go. So I've got ground coriander, ground cumin in here. It's about 2 tablespoons of each one, maybe more. Depends how much you like. There's no hard and fast rule about exact ingredients here. Just however much parsley. Parsley can be expensive if you're buying it at the store, so maybe you want to use less. If it's off the hook in your garden, use more. Couple lemons, rind, maybe 1, maybe you want to do 3. Salt to taste, depending on how salty you like. Here we go. So this is a block of feta cheese. I am just gonna break it up like so. And you can add more feta too if you want. This is delicious. I love feta. It's my favorite ingredient right now in all my salads. Just makes life a little bit better. Just a little bit better. A little yummier. Adds that little yummy. There we go. Okay. I feel like I might have to add another block of feta because normally I do 2 pounds of beef and I've done 3 pounds of beef. So I'm just gonna grab another one of these little blocks. Thank goodness I have enough. Here we go. And just toss that in. Grind it with your fingers. Here we go. And then once I have this all in, I have to mix it. So maybe you're a hand mixer. You wanna pull all these beautiful ingredients together with your hands, or maybe you wanna use a wooden spoon. It's up to you. Today I'm gonna start with a wooden spoon and see how that goes. I think I've got everything in here. Hi. So I have a well together blended of all these ingredients that I just put together. I actually ended up using my hands because the spoon just wasn't pulling it together. And so I'm gonna make little meatballs. And notice I didn't add an egg. I didn't add an egg. So I'm just gonna make little balls, just like this. They're about 1.5 inches in diameter, maybe less. And I've made them smaller. Last week when I made them, we had 2 extra kids and I only had 2 pounds of beef. So I made them a little smaller to make more meatballs. So your choice. You can even make them bigger, whatever you like. Obviously, the smaller they are, the quicker they'll cook. And you just roll them. I've actually just gotten 2 sheet pans here, ready to go. I've put some parchment paper down for easier cleaning purposes, and I also don't want them to cook on those sheet pans. So I've just put some natural wax paper down, and I'm just gonna make these little perfect little meatballs. Delicious. Here we go. Okay, so we have the last little bit here. My daughter just came home from the beach and she's like, Mom, can I make some meatballs? So she's gonna do this last little portion here. And we already have an entire flat of meatballs right here, and we're working on our second tray. And honestly, these are so good. I was like, maybe we should go on a meatball diet. Just eat meatballs. I think I could. So anyways, this is Lily, and she's gonna be doing her meatballs. Lily, I want them about this size here. Thank you. So I've just set the oven. We are on convection bake, and I'm gonna go to about 350 on convection bake. You do need to really pay attention because they will cook rapidly on convection.
Fast.
Yes.
So that's why you want to put it in convection so you can eat quickly.
Yeah.
So you can have it quicker.
So the next part of this dish is we make just a white rice. I usually just do a basmati rice, and sometimes I add spices. I just do like some chili spice and some cumin and coriander and salt. I even use alapalpo pepper and various different spices. But Ocean today said, can we just have white rice, Mom? And I was like, sure.
That's my
easier.
brother.
That's easier for us. So we're just gonna do white rice. I'm gonna do it in the rice cooker, which is easy peasy.
That's my brother, Ocean.
And we're also gonna do, because I have all these tomatoes and basil.
I hate tomatoes.
We're gonna do a tomato basil salad. And I was thinking that I could add feta cheese on top, but it might be overkill because there's feta cheese in here. So we're gonna see. That's gonna be the next dish. It might just be oregano and balsamic, that kind of salad. So that's gonna be the next part of this dish. All right, so the second part, side dish to our meatballs, is gonna be a tomato salad. Now, I haven't done this last time with this particular dish, but I had tomatoes that need to be eaten. And I was like, do I do a bolognese with them or do I do a tomato salad? So I decided to do a bolognese. So we've got 5 tomatoes here, and I've got a good handful of fresh basil from the garden. And I've got some dried oregano and salt and pepper, of course. And then I'm gonna do oils and vinegars and such. So I'm just gonna take my handy serrated knife and cut right down the center. And I'm just gonna, I decided I'm just gonna quarter them. I'm gonna do this. Just gonna quarter them. And I'm gonna have Lily put them on the plate. Watch your arm there, love.
Should we put those meatballs in the oven?
Yes, please. It's a family effort. I know, I just put them in. Usually, we're just gonna throw them in. The oven is not to temperature, but we do not try for perfection here.
Yeah, we don't need perfection. We need good, happy, yummy.
The meatballs are in.
Good, thank you. So we're just cutting them like this size, throwing them on here.
And we're gonna put some oils in after.
Yeah.
And the oregano is homemade.
Actually, this oregano is not home. The basil is. Normally we do dry our own oregano, but
Yeah.
this is a dry oregano I purchased bulk.
But we usually make our own oregano sometimes.
And I've got all this delicious basil.
Look at all the tomatoes.
Beautiful tomatoes. I'm gonna go get my
This
chopping
is
knife.
our yummy
Nice
oregano
oregano,
that we
nice
buy.
kaiju.
And we have like these little labels.
1 kilo. And we're gonna take our basil, roll it, get it as small as I can. I'm gonna just chop this beautiful basil, and it smells so good.
So good.
And basil, we are currently living in Hawaii, and Hawaii, when you grow basil here, it turns into a shrub, and you have more basil than you know what to do with. So we make lots of pestos, and you get to pick lots of herbs and in
Yeah.
giant quantities, which is great. So
Yes.
I've chopped it, not too finely, of course, and we're just gonna put it on like so. There we go. There we go. And I'm gonna go right here.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah. So we're gonna do, come on, put some pinches in there. Some good, generous, way more. Way more.
Way more?
Yeah. I'm like at least a tablespoon of
Okay.
oregano. Go for more. I love oregano. I love the taste of it. I love the smell of it, and it is so amazing for you. It's a natural antibiotic. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're gonna salt it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take my little salt here. I'm gonna probably at least a tablespoon or teaspoon.
Teaspoon of salt.
And everybody's different with salt. Parts to your tongue. Oh, hold on, I'll get wet. Lots of pepper. And I'm going in with olive oil.
Is that good?
Keep going. Keep going.
How do olive
Okay.
oil?
Okay, go. Now we use extra virgin organic olive
How
oil,
much? Tell me to
lots of
stop.
pepper.
Tell me to
Go
stop.
over the whole thing. So you probably want a good 3 to 6 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil
Is that good?
on here. Keep going. And it's nice when you have a little bit of that dressing on the bottom because you can dip like your rice in it, you can dip your bread in it.
Yeah, I love
That's
doing that. Like
good.
especially bread, it's really good with the dressing that we make. So follow along with the dressing because it's really good.
Balsamic vinegar.
Balsamic vinegar. This is my favorite dressing she makes. Ma, is that good?
More. Don't try not to touch the food. Yeah. Again, it really adds stop. Good, thank you.
Yep.
Now, I just found this really good white wine vinegar at the store. Pour that on.
How much?
It's amazing the different prices in white wine vinegar. This was a little bit more than I normally do. That's good, but I figured maybe it's better, so I'm gonna give it a try. And it's quite good. It's
Can I
quite
smell?
good. Yeah. Here we go.
That
So
smells
we are
good,
gonna
guys.
toss this together, and we're gonna get ready to serve it. So our final part to our dinner is basic white rice. I can do it on the stovetop, but today I'm gonna do it in a rice cooker. Here we are. I've used these for far too long. They have a stainless steel bottom, so they're not Teflon. You set it and you forget it. It's awesome. So I'm gonna do 2 cups of rice because I like leftover rice for the next day for rice bowls.
Yeah.
So we're
I
just
love
gonna
rice.
measure it up. This is just an organic basmati rice. 2 cups. We're gonna pour it in a rice bowl and we're gonna rinse it. Okay, so we have rinsed rice, and you wanna rinse it until the water runs clear. Yes, so we have, as I said, 2 cups of basmati rice, and generally rice is a 2-to-1 ratio. So we've got 4 cups of water because we have 2 cups of rice. So Lily, you wanna pour that in?
This is heavy, guys.
So you can keep rice as simple as you want. You could literally just leave it like that, or you can dress it up a little bit if you like. I have extra basil from the garden that I pulled, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this little unchopped, rigorous piece of basil, and we're just gonna throw it in.
I wanna do
And
it.
it's just gonna flavor. We're also gonna throw some olive oil in. I'm gonna say 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons. 2.
That's my dog.
2. That's our dog. How much, Mama?
2 tablespoons. Go-gong, go-gong. Go-gong, go-gong. That's good, thank you. Approximately. Every tablespoon is 120 calories, so we do have to be mindful. And About a teaspoon to a tablespoon of salt, depending on how salty you like things.
Try to
Pour
get
that in.
oil.
Yeah. And salt, pepper. Here you go.
Pepper.
And you can use butter or vegan butter, whatever you like in your rice.
Can we use butter?
I would put olive oil.
I don't need butter. Can we use butter?
Not today.
Oh, but it makes it nice and buttery.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so we have this simple rice with basil, olive oil, salt,
Can I mix it up?
pepper. I'm gonna give it a quick spin, and then we're gonna throw it in the rice cooker.
Spin.
Doesn't need much. That's perfect.
No, I just want to mix it. I'm mixing it up. Let's get all the oil mixed around and all that yummy stuff. All the salt and pepper too. It should look about like that.
Okay, you're good. Put the top on. That's good. You don't need to stir that much. There you go. Top on. So we're gonna put the rice cooker just over here. I'll just shift the camera. Oh, it's hard to see, but over here. Here we go. Do 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 do. We're gonna put it on cook, and that's it. In less than 10 minutes, you're gonna have amazing rice. So here we are, final meal. We're sitting at the table now. My son here just stepped on a sea urchin surfing, so we're just dealing with that. But here's the final product. We got our tomato salad,
Our
we
rice.
got our rice, and we got our meatballs.
Meatballs.
And
We
we're
do-
gonna enjoy it, and we're just gonna
Eat
watch
it.
a little bit of sunset. Over and out.